I wanted to commend and congratulate Cesar for the series of shooting downtown. He had a good eye, and he was simplifying and really noticing things and keeping only the essential items in the frame that needed to be there. But one of my observations also is that the whole series is underexposed by at least 2 stops. That's what makes it dark like this. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't his intention. So what he should do is check his exposure compensation dial on his camera and dial it into 0. The ideal image would have a nice distribution of tones. Let me bring up my levels. So that's image adjustment. It's just off screen here. Image adjustment levels. Control L is the shortcut for that. And notice that all the pixels are down in the dark range here. Okay, this is solid black on the left. Here's midtone, and here are highlights. And having no tones up in this range is sort of like listening to music with all bass and no upper range instruments. We'd like to see a histogram that distributes nicely, and then it gives us maximum flexibility to really edit it. But pretty quickly, what I can do though is with the levels is bring up my highlights here and bring up my midtones also, and notice what's happening. This little item up here, it's okay if I let that blow out a little bit, not too much if I can help it. I tried to hold it back, but there's a little bit of darkening right on the edge here, and it was exaggerating that every time I tried it some. But anyway, here's the before on this, and this is the after. And then next I'm noticing a little bit of blue in here. So I'm going to, another nice feature of the levels, bring back my levels, is there's a black image sampling eyedropper here, a midtone and a highlight. If you choose the midtone and click on a shadow like this, notice what happened. Not a shadow, but something that ought to be gray. It kicked everything quite warm, in fact too warm, so I'm going to undo that and try a different spot here. That's pretty good. So it's slightly bluish here, and it's brought the whites back to normal here. I can try clicking around a couple of other spots, but I think I like it just slightly warmed up like that. So this is the before. Oops, it actually got rid of some green in there and neutralized this post. Okay, so if I wanted to lighten this further, I could make some selections through here, but already this is quite a bit better than the original. Let me move on here. Frosty cups in the trash. I like the simple direct approach again. Let me bring up levels, Control L. Again, preponderance of dark tones through here, nothing in the highlight range. So I'm going to drag this in. Let me keep an eye on what's happening here. And I want to stop where that starts to get bright there. I don't want to blow that out like that. So somewhere in here. Then I'm going to take my mids again and open that up and tweak that back and forth a little bit between the highlight and the mid. Again, see how it's a little bluish through here, and I can take my mid-tone eyedropper and click around a few spots to find a gray that's better. That's pretty good. That kicked it green, so I'm going to undo that. Okay. If I go into some of the blues inside the trash, they're overly blue and it's going to kick everything too warm. So I'll just say OK to that. And notice it'd be fun to tweak the edges of this too, to straighten them up. So I'm going to select all with a Control A, free transform with a Control T, and then holding down my Control button, I'm just going to stretch that to make that square up from the corner here. So in squaring up the shot, it's becoming more intentional. the photographer paid a little more attention. Okay, so I hit enter twice, and maybe I'll just crop off the edge here since it's not present on the other side. Take the crop tool, click and drag, right through here, and hit enter. Good. So, once again, let me show you where we started. I'm going to show you the history. And here's what we did. I pasted his shot in and got all the way down to the cropped, straightened, and lightened version of it. Okay, good. One more shot. I like this arrow very much. Same deal. Let's start with levels. Control L. Preponderance of heavy tones. Bring up your highlights just to the edge where the white is bright enough, but usually right to the edge of the mountain of the highlights is a good spot. Bring up my midtones so I can see some of the texture on the pavement. Okay. And this one's pretty quick. Control Z before, Control Z after. Okay, that's it. Wanted to keep this short. See you on the blog.